Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few words. You all know that the latest figures are out on Bermuda's economic performance in 2009. And if I were to characterize them as disastrous, I probably might be understating the case. We haven't had anything this bad ever, as far as I know. One of the things that is most amazing is, in spite of this evidence of economic weakness, we have government senators declaring that we are better off than we have been. And this kind of represents a complete disconnect from reality, which is not surprising because there's been a lot of disconnect from reality with this government. And particularly as it relates to the poor people in Bermuda, I think we have a growing number of people who are really struggling to make ends meet. And quite frankly, a lot of that is also being played out in the criminal element as well. We have a rise of an underclass, a criminal underclass in Bermuda. And I believe that that is directly connected to the problems that people are having making ends meet. So it's really quite sad that we have a government that insists on trying to create its own reality instead of facing reality as it is, because they can never help Bermudians if they don't face reality as it is and try to improve things. So it was a most unfortunate declaration by a member of the ruling party, which I think is an indication of how far we have to go in this country to right the ship. But we have some more difficult times ahead of us, I'm afraid. But things will improve eventually, I believe. I still am a long-term optimist about Bermuda's future. I believe in Bermuda. I think all of us do here. That's why we're here. Public service is essential for a country to succeed. And the folks that are up here in front of you today are people who are giving up their valuable time and talent for the good of this country. And if we had more people who come forward, like Susan Jackson, to give their talents to the service of this country, our future would be even brighter. But let me finish my comments there, and of course, if I have any answers, I'll try to answer any questions that you might have.
Might I just ask Louise Jackson to comment about her daughter's decision? Do you approve?
I'm overwhelmed, Brian, about my daughter Susan becoming a part of the United Bermuda Party. She's from a long line of family members who've contributed all the way back, as she said, to this, what, 1887. Her great-grandfather, who was the second black parliamentarian in Bermuda. She has been raised to understand that she must commit herself to community and public service, and she has done this through her involvement with Mirrors. She's a member of the Bermuda Library Committee. She's a part of the Women's Abuse Center, YouthNet, Pride. She has devoted her life to public service, and this is just another step. So I'm immensely proud of her. I love her to death.
Mr. Richards, please.
Oh, got something else for me?
Yes. You were kind enough to invite us to ask a question.
Well, you know, yeah, I don't want to take the limelight from the star of the show here. So,
But you know, this is the famous time when the budget's being put together in another place by other people. What would you be doing if you were in charge of the budget at this precise moment?
Well, you know, budgets are about revenues and expenditures. We know that revenues are weak, have been weak, and are going to be weak. No rocket science there. You know, we really have to look at government expenditures. We have to look at government spending. You know, it really is, it's inexplicable to me, Brian, that the finance minister hasn't come out and told Bermudians point blank that I'm going to take these steps to control government spending. And, you know, there have been promises to save money here and there. And as I said in my article that was in today's paper, there's going to be a big problem with this year's finances, because this year is almost gone, and I don't see any evidence of any cuts. But we know that revenues will have been weak for the year 2010-11. So we're going to be in the hole worse come budget time in February. So at this point in time, it really has to all be about austerity. That's the only way we're going to survive. That is the key word, austerity. No politician likes to use that word because it's never popular with the electorate. But it's about us surviving here in a financial way, so that when times do improve, we'll have some money in the bank, some sort of horsepower to move us up to the next level.
So renting Arthur Hodgson's building on Court Street for the police and other departments, is that a step in the right direction?
Well, I don't think so. You know, Pat knows more about this than me, but in my mind, if you're going to build a police court building, what are these other government departments doing in that building? I have no idea, right? No idea. You got the top cop and all of his staff. They should have been, you know, their place should have been booked. Matter of fact, they should have been the first people to be booked in there. But all of a sudden, they got other government departments are in there taking up space, and some of the other departments have some of the best spots in that building, because we were on the tour last week. So it just seems to me to be a bit helter-skelter. And anytime you have helter-skelter, you know, it costs more money.